moving the hips backwards and forwards. Let's try the toes. Click, click, click. No forcing, of course. If they click, they click. If they do, they do. If they will, they will. If they won't, they won't. Just try those rotations into the first technique from a different angle there. Cannot see what I'm actually doing there. I'm working around the groin area, the side leg of the other foot, the other leg. And number 2, it's very important to free up the groin. The more you get into shiatsu, the more the groin area becomes relevant. Can't do a lot of work in the general shiatsu classroom. The more sensitivity you have, the more the recipient can accept. Groin work becomes relevant. There you can see a bit clearer how I'm working the outside of the leg there from that position. Position number 3. There's the variation. Quick one, and straight leg. I can use my knee into the back of his leg there. I can pull his foot down there. Various combinations. As long as he breathes, as long as he accepts, as long as he works with me. And for the twist, the spinal twist, there, my leg over, and working on this one. Really working. Breathe now, that's it. Breathe with me. That's it, that's it. My foot is pinning his knee, and my right arm's on his shoulder. Stretching and breathing. That's my foot, working the shoulder. And we'll look at the shoulder rotation now. You'll be able to see this from a different angle. Watch my fingers as they go into the shoulder blade in just a minute. Let's work the fingers first. Arm under. Position. I'm sitting back a bit so you can see what I'm doing, hopefully. Can't see the fingers too well, but I'm working the shoulder blade there. You can see that a bit clearer now. There's the neck, palm on the neck. Thumb work. One thing I'd like you to notice is for every position, every time I change my position, that's every time I need to change my hand position, I change my leg position. So my leg positions are constantly changing to suit my arm positions. Leg position comes first, arm position comes once I've got myself in the correct position. Constantly changing, constantly working my hips and legs. That changing again. You can see the Oxford and Cambridge now from the back. Notice my position. Arms straight, legs bent. Working the lower leg first. You can see exactly where my big toes are going. Right in the hollow of the lower back. There's the heel and the buttocks. Working, extending, stretching that lower back. I've just changed my position again. That toe's going under the shoulder blade. Now the weight is on the foot there. He's breathing, relaxing into the pressure being exerted by my toe. Very good. Doing very well. The more he relaxes, of course, the more he can take. Pain diminishes as one relaxes. Pain is only a result of tension anyway, so let's go onto the knee now. There's the position, floppy, adjusting the legs, and hey presto. thumb on the inside arm. Notice the contact points there, knee, two hands, the other knee is making contact. As many contact points as possible. My thumb's just working over the stomach. And you can see my other hand under the lower back as I do that. The fingers are working into the lower back. Let's do a bit of direct work on the stomach, down through the intestines. Down to the groin. Two knees now, two knees together, lifting them up, checking that the knees are okay. Let's go into those knees. Pressing towards the chest on the out breath. Gently, gently. To the side now. Yes, much more flexible than when we started. There's a pressure point there, found a painful one. There we go. Keep breathing, keep relaxing. Let's try the other side. That painful point we had previously is not so bad now. Still there, to a degree. And we'll try a lift. There we go. Oh, very flexible. Yes. Make a grip. And up. Breathing into it, dropping your legs. That's right. Just breathe and relax into that. Very good. We'll sit up. There we go. Thank you, sir. Straight into the shoulders. Palming, working with the thumbs. Start to do the arm positions. Start off with the upper one. Notice the position of the thumb, how it works, and my knees. So here I'm opening the chest as much as possible. Some of the release points are in the back to open the chest. There's number 2. All these can be reversed. This could be number 1, the previous one could be number 2, working the wrists softly. There's my elbow going into the shoulder. Is it too painful? Yes, a little bit painful and petit. So we'll ease off a bit and then go back to it. There we are. Breathe and release. Try and release the neck now. My wrist relaxed, and there we have the stretch coming in. Good. Number 3, arm up the back. Again, elbow towards the hip. Pinning the hand with my knee and working the shoulder. Using the thumb here, tip of the thumb, and the palm, heel of the palm. Number 4, arm up. And my thumb's going to work, you can't quite see it there, it's going to work the back between the shoulder blades. You'll see it when we do the other side hopefully. And let's just flip that elbow around under there for number 5. Be careful of the arm socket will sit the other side clearer, but my right knee is supporting the back here, and his arm is going back, his chest is opening, and he's breathing. Deeply, deeply, deeply. Release, and we'll just do the other side now. Number 1 or 2, depending which way you do it. Knees into his back. Working that open. Stretch, pressure and movement. Number 2. My position comes first. Leg position comes first, then the arm position. There I'm leaning on to his shoulder with my elbow. You can see that clearly, the elbow going in there, using my body weight and relaxing into that. Pressure with the tip of the elbow. The muscular area, there, his neck collapsed. Very good. Number 3. You'll see it a bit more clearer here. Elbow down, the arm comes up, pinning with my knee and working the shoulders. Number 4. Now you can see where my thumb is working there, using the leverage my leg as well to get the pressure, and he's opening more and more and more. Number 5, arm goes over there, very clear. The head goes back, opening the chest, supporting the head, and relaxing into that place. That's it. Breathing and relaxing. Relaxing now. Good. Out we come. Breathe and relax. Much better. Much more floppy. Is the neck going to release for us? Just try the knees in the back. Lovely. Breathing, working. Again, using the pressure of the knees in the back to open the chest. Let's do the double now. All 5 techniques, double arm. 1. Knees in the back, very, very important. Let's try number 2. My foot goes there, the other one, and just rather like Oxford and Cambridge in a different position. Notice my arms are straight, notice my position. Toes, heels, in the back, breathing. Good, very good. When I'm doing these extreme techniques, of course my eyes are open, I'm watching very carefully what's happening on a physical level. Using the heel and the toe there. On the other side. Onto the toes. Yes, very advanced technique. And to do this, the practitioner must have very strong toes, by the way. Be careful of your own toes. Let's try number 3. Arm up the back. Number 1. The other arm up the back. Locking position. And I'm holding there with my hand. As some people you can lock with the knee. I'm keeping hold. Change hands and let's do the other shoulder. Before, notice the knees again. To open the chest. I'm not pulling the arms back, I'm opening the chest. That's the important issue there. The arms will release as a result of that. I'm not forcing the arms at all. Fingers together please, and stretching, working the chest with my thumbs and fingers, working from that position. Very good. Let's do some work on the neck and head. Now these neck rotations, of course, one must be very careful with these. I've loosened up Ron considerably so I can do these. He is working with me. Take extra precaution when rotating the neck. There can be no resistance at all, and there is none there. Stretching the neck a bit. Starting to relax down now. Onto my knees. Shoulders and neck again. The main area of tension in this particular recipient is of course the neck and shoulders. That's why the concentration. on those specific areas. Hence a very good chance to demonstrate those 5 arm techniques, the basic arm techniques and the double arm techniques. Fingers at the back of the neck, working the whole time, stretch, pressure and movement, as many contact points as possible. My calf muscles now forming a cushion and working the forehead and through the hair, top of the head. Working, 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 working. Top of that head. The other thumb now. Good, very nice. Much, much, much looser. Again, an extreme technique. There must be a lot of relaxation here. I can use the heels and there I'm using the toes. Stretching the neck. Stretching, but by stretching, of course, I mean elongating the neck. Only try that sort of technique once you are a well-established practitioner, please. Not in the classroom. Double-handed stretch there, cross stretch. A little bit more on the forehead and around the cheeks, jaw, to relax that jaw, the face. And hands over the eyes, relaxing down, deeper and deeper. Do some, now Lauren is very relaxed, I can do some work on the chest. Far less painful than it was in the beginning. The thumbs there, into the intercostals. Avoid putting direct thumb pressure on the nipples, of course very, very painful. And you can see some more work on the ribs there, just hooking the thumbs under those ribs, under the floating ribs. Now going up the sternum, just in the point where the ribs join the sternum. Fingers in there now. Clawing technique. Thumbs. And he's taking it very well, relaxing even more, making me sweat a wee bit, but that's what I'm there to do. Now I must have a cushion at the ready. There we are, the cushion's ready there. Under the head, supporting the neck. Roly-poly technique on the arms. One hand on the forehead, one hand on the chest. Especially around the heart chakra, and then complete relaxation. Final abdominal release. Now he's very relaxed. You can see the relaxation on the face at this stage. Still painful in that area, so let's have a little bit more Now we're even more relaxed, we should be able to bring that out completely. Yes, certainly not as painful as it was. A lot more pressure being applied. Close my eyes and have a look with my third eye to see what we can find in there, and release completely. Now palming at the end can take 5 or 10 minutes, and it's at this time, especially when one starts to tap into the so-called esoteric side of shiatsu. It's when the real releasing works from the chakras themselves. The burnout process, the heat process you'll feel under your hands, the cathartic response, and you can actually see what happens with the cathartic response once the training is to the depths where your sensitivity can relate to those things. Advanced states of empathy, etc., etc. So this palming is as essential as the techniques, the other techniques. And as I've said previously, there would be a lot more palming in a general shiatsu, depending on the person, depending on the situation. There might be a lot of vigorous technique and then followed by 15-20 minutes palming, or a lot of palming all the way through, interspersing the vigorous techniques. Combing through the body there, having a good look, releasing some more of those chakras. Good. Centering down. Deep, deep relaxation.